So, you guys are pretty deserving of this. It's been a minute since I've gotten a chance to come out and stream for you guys here. Hold on, I'm gonna just do something real quick with my PC. Unplug those bad boys. Turn this down. So today, since I said I would do a look back at. I know I said Assassin's Creed, which is really a point I wanted to make. Hold on, I'm gonna make sure audio's coming in. My mic might be muted. It's not muted. Okay, I'm gonna make sure audio's coming in. Alright, audio is indeed coming in. So, I did say I'd do another look back at it. It was gonna be Assassin's Creed. I thought about doing it in Assassin's Creed 2 or 3, but instead, The Division 2 is now announced, and I'm very interested. I'm very intrigued. Obviously, you can see it there. It's on my screen. I've already registered for my chance to be in the beta. I'm looking forward to being able to do that on PC. I do have The Division on PC as well. I'm very early on, if at all, started into it on PC, so we're going to dive into it a bit more here on console, since I've played a little bit on console. I beat The Division around launch in 2016 on the PlayStation. Oh, excuse me. But I did not ever get it on Xbox, and I never actually got to experience any of the DLCs either, so I can't really speak much to them, but I just want to take a look back at everything that Division did as a game against everything it promised and everything it looked like it was going to be. So, for those of you who don't know much about The Division was Ubisoft's attempt at something that wasn't a Ghost Recon game, but still a Tom Clancy game. It was an initial strike out at, we're going to try to become something interesting on a different kind of storyline. In concept, it's weird, but it's intriguing. The whole game is based around the original idea that there was a biological attack of a smallpox virus that had an outbreak because dollar bills were infected just before Black Friday in the United States. So, civilians who have been trained as essentially undercover agents are the Division agents. They're an elite, covert, special forces that have been consigned into, standard civilian life, who get called upon because New York gets overtaken by rioters, militia forces, and a force called the Cleaners, which are people who have struck out on their own to handle the whole epidemic. Hold on, I'm gonna play these guys here real quick. That guy's a grenade. Cool. So, oh, there's more of them. Great. The game had a really interesting concept, and it actually had a pretty sizable player base pretty early on. Especially, it has a PvP zone. It's up to, I believe, 4-player co-op. Yeah, I think. If not, it's 3-player co-op. But, oh, you're a sniper. It promised a lot. It promised a fun experience for people to enjoy out doing whatever they wanted to do in the game. You know, you get to roam the streets of Manhattan. It's obviously wintertime. There's enemies everywhere. There's a ton of collectibles. There's a lot of interesting stuff to find. Like this here.
So, what you gonna do?
Audio logs and
When
whatnot.
it's all over, I mean.
Oh, I'm gonna get me a sweet ride and just roll west. And when I get to Cali, I'm gonna find me a nice piece of ass and show him how we do it East Coast style.
Oh, man. You could totally do that. Or that chick from the movie? The one with cars?
Oh, yeah. He'd appreciate a fine car and the fine lady driving it. I just roll up like, yo, baby, I'll take you places.
Man, that's sweet. Me? I just want steak.
That's all you got? All the dreams in the world and all you got is steak?
I like steak.
So, The Division was, like I said, in concept, an amazing game. It had all the solid foundations to be everything it needed to be and then some. Except they never actually made it what it was set out to be. These guys are a higher level than me. This is going to be fun. I guess they're the same level as me, but my gear's low. So, essentially what it chalked up to be was you spawned in, you played repetitive-esque missions in a solo world unless you requested people to be with you, and a lot of interesting content that, yet again, they couldn't capitalize on. There are a lot of characters and stories in the background that you really built up to without building up to. And it's one of those things where I expected it to be a lot more than it was. Like, the game has a very large map. I'll pull it up here. So all of this is the map here, which, since there's no vehicles and you can fast travel, it's a little bit different for how you move around. There's audio logs that play based on the missions as you go over them as well, so you can hear those as I kind of slide over things. And then there's the Dark Zone, which you can't actually enter until you're a certain level, I'm pretty sure. But like 10 to 12 is the recommended level for the first area. It's total PvP. Any gear you find, somebody can kill you and take. You have to get to a checkpoint and call in an extraction and survive until the extraction gets there to get the gear out of there. So it's all a really difficult thing, but they do a good job of sizing up the area here of, I'm pretty sure it's just Manhattan, is all you do, as part of Manhattan, I should say. But basically, you get called in, you start up, and you're doing missions alongside one Fei Lao at the beginning of the game. And I shouldn't say doing missions alongside. She's kind of directing the forces at the beginning, and then you guys leave to go get on an Osprey to go over into main Manhattan to help sort things out. Osprey gets blown up, killing most of the Division agents, and it's you and Fei Lao are the only ones left. You guys are there to be on the ground and structure out the JTF forces. So you have 3 different branches, as you can see by the various symbols here. You have your medical branch that's going to help the people that are infected with the virus. Your security branch that helps you secure the streets, and your powers branch that's going to help you supply your power and utility to your facility, which is the home base. That I didn't enter much, but we'll get back to that. I kind of want to find a nearby incident here, which is the little triangle you see up on the radar in the top right there. It's a very Far Cry-esque radar, or Star Wars Battlefront radar if you ever played that. These are cleaners, so let's see if I can't. Nope, missed. This guy's gonna charge me. Got him. So yeah, the enemies get harder as you go. It's a progressive system, but the gear is not always progressive as well. So one of my qualms with this game is, so even though I am level 8, I don't necessarily have level 8 gear, which is actually fully the case. Alright, got him. But enemies do have random drops, everything like that, all the XP. It's got the good workings of an RPG game, like you can grind out stuff, like he's got classic RPK, I can take it, and then you can break that down for resources or however you want to do it as you continue. But we're going to start making my way to this incident over here. There's something beeping. Oh, it's a mine. I noticed that a little too late. That's new, actually, too, as well. I apologize for the throat stuff. I just ate some food after getting off work. So, the game offers a lot of interesting environments. You get to see... I don't think it's New York piece for piece. Like... I don't think these are the actual locations and streets. Obviously, they didn't use actual names. I'm just gonna just blow up already. They do the standard of we have. Okay, I'm just gonna pop out shield here. Infinite ammo pistols with your other 2 weapons and all that kind of stuff. Alright, he's down. Your health bar is done in 3 segments, and there's a series of abilities that you can get. I'll break all that down in a bit here. Just kind of want to show off the gameplay. I'll show off inventory and whatnot. It plays well. The cover-to-cover system's interesting. There is a sprint, but as you saw, I could not crouch. There is no crouch. The way to crouch is you see this little A pop up when I get close to cover. You press A to take cover. B vaults over cover. And then you see these A's pop up randomly as you go. You can press and hold A, and you'll do a free run for that cover. To switch.
Priority 1. Cleaners have taken hostages in a bank on West 32nd. Please assist.
Alright, I guess I'm at this hostage situation that I was walking for. So we're going to move up here. So this is one of the designated marksman rifles. It's the Scar. It's good, and I like it a lot. I don't know if they know where I'm at. I'm going to guess they do, because they're AI. And that's just how the AI work. Yeah, they know where I'm at. So you can kind of play it strategically, where you can line up the enemies here. They do have the very RPG-esque we attack one by one feeling until you get them into big enough groups, or if there are multiple of you. But like, obviously I'm not going to have too hard of a time here. Okay, he's going to blow up in a second. So it's a lot of just like area clearing with groups of enemies coming in. That's Isaac. He's your AI overseer kind of thing. He gives you the information as you go. There are consumables, that kind of stuff. Explosive bullets, incendiary bullets, and stuff that removes stun effects. The most common one is the med kit. And then there's your different kind of grenades. I'm actually going to take frag grenades just in case I need them. Oh, they're stuck in an elevator. We're just going to see what that does for him. Oh, there's a dog in there. Save the doggo. Alright. There's a lot of environmental things in this. There's rats that run across the ground. There's wild dogs. There's ravens or birds. So I gotta search the area for the keys here. I'll be sitting on something somewhere. But this is there. This is kind of your non-main mission-esque things where you just move around and secure small little locations, and then sometimes those locations have hostages, like these guys that I'm about to free here. And they give you medical wing supplies and stuff. And usually, if you come into the back of the hostage room, there's a little weapons crate.
I don't even want to think about what would have happened to those hostages if you hadn't shown up.
Finally! Oh, thank you so much. That was terrifying. No, I need to get the hell out
I don't know
of
if you can kill civilians in this. So, excuse this for a second here. I don't think you can. We're gonna try. I can't tell. No, yeah, that was definitely a hit there. So yeah, you can't kill civilians. You can shoot at them and it makes them panic, but you can't kill them. It'll make them run away. Everything else in the world, though, is pretty killable. Like, excuse this. I'm just gonna... I don't like killing dogs in games, but... So yeah, as enemies are throwing grenades and things like that, you can cause them to panic. And they'll drop them and then they'll blow it up on themselves. I do love that the pistols have infinite ammo in this. Alright. Throw that shield down. So the grind's not too hard early on. It gets a lot harder later. Because obviously the game is, in part, a co-op game. It's something you're supposed to play with friends, you know. Have a group of guys that you go into the dark zone with, you pull off something crazy and you come back out. But you know, that's not always the case. As for me, my friends did not like the concept of this game. It burned a lot of Ubi fans. And that's especially something that they seem very intent on not repeating right now with the Division 2, is doing what they did to the people who played this game. The first time through, they're talking free content updates throughout the life of the game, as well as moving on and having more to play, more to do, more interesting things. This is one of the main missions. I'm going to see if I can get maybe into some matchmaking here. If I do, I'm going to set up a party real quick so I'm not talking to other people, just in case. Yes, okay. Audio's included in my party. So we're going to find agents here. Quick matchmake. Invite received. Join successful match for Broadway Emporium. So we're going to play out an actual mission and show you guys how it's structured, kind of thing.
Okay, Agent, you're looking for any
It seems like we're
bills
actually
our
pretty
pal
early.
Atlas used to spread his original virus strain. We know he used Abel's as one of his primary launching pads, so with any luck, there should be plenty of contaminated greenbacks lying around in there.
As well as civilians. The store's one of the bigger refugee camps we've been monitoring.
Not to make a whole thing out of it, but if you don't find some unmutated virus I can use as a comp, we may as well give up any hope of creating a vaccine.
I don't know where this guy is and if they're gonna help. Yeah, he's coming in now. The undead wrench. The undead wrench. So, I play this pretty much like I play most other games. I play the ranged combat guy. I nicked it. Now he's on fire. Okay. Some guy off to our right here. So, this is where the team play kind of comes in handy because we have skills. And they can be used interchangeably in combat. So, like, I've got the shield to draw heat and the med kit to heal. I have that set actually because I play solo, so it's not going to be much more effective with two of us. But if he does need healing, because I can see his health bar down and right there, as well as his skills, so he's got the cover reinforcement, which makes his cover stronger, and he does more damage from behind it, as well as also healing. So we both got the healing skill, which is going to help.
Temperature rising. Elevated levels of carbon dioxide detected.
Uh-oh. Sounds like there's a fire in the building. I'll start
Yep,
feeding
so
Isaac the
there's-
structural blueprints in case you need them.
Calculating route to emergency fire suppression system controls.
You can just kind of follow the objective points, and they point you the way. The game is mostly linear. There's one of those mines again that I just ran into after him.
Warning. Emergency fire suppression system activated. System obstructed on upper floors. Manual override required.
That is mine.
Great. You keep going. I'll keep digging through these schematics.
How
until
am I on
Isaac
fire?
can
I'm in the
override
sprinkler
that.
system. So yeah, now we're gonna engage more enemies
Remember,
again.
Agent, you need to collect any bills you can find with the original virus strain.
Check everything. Cash registers,
Melee.
charity donation stations, tip jars in the cafe. Any place you can think of that might involve cash.
So we can split up and kind of go our own way here. I don't know if he wants to go to that one. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna break separately, hopefully. Yes. Oh, hey, it's people.
Jesus, what a nightmare.
Scan this.
Object test negative.
I don't really
for
need the
viral
shield, but I'm gonna
contamination.
need it now. Just watch. So that was a negative. Gonna go up.
Object test negative for viral contamination.
It does the standard video game thing where it's like, oh, it's the last one you check because it has to be.
Object test negative for viral contamination.
Now we're gonna fight and move over. Missed the grenade box again. Pretty sure I hit it that time. He's pretty much putting up killing blows while I deal damage. Yep. So the melee guys are the weakest armored enemies, then you have your base guys like these grunts. Because everyone's broken up into similar factions.
Potential hostiles.
They have heavies, they have... that's how your little heal thing works. Melees, heavies, standards, and then grenades. Alright, so he's gonna blow up here in a second. It's one of the satisfying ways to kill the cleaners, and I think it's actually probably an achievement or commendation or something. Oh, you're disoriented. I'm gonna just make that a couple times. So yeah, it panics enemies when they see that happen too, so they'll run away. The way they did the AI was not at all bad. It was just you either fight too many or too few at one time for it to really be an effective enemy. And they don't really give you a short on ammo, so I'm just gonna body shot. Okay, fine. Yeah. So you can take a lot of hits.
Let's hope the cleaners haven't torched
I don't know if
everything
there's
in the
difficulty
place before
levels,
you
really.
locate those bills.
Not that
Even if
I've
they haven't,
seen or
it's
tried to
free
utilize
destroyed
anyway.
DNA.
I just play on
Over
normal, I
200
guess.
degrees Fahrenheit, the
If they
covalent
are.
bonds break down and the double helix starts unzipping like a cheap prom dress.
One more reason to keep them at bay, Agent.
Like I said, no pressure.
Object test negative.
So the radar does also show, like, containers, boxes. So you can see there's a little container, obviously above or below us. I don't really know which way means which which way means which. I don't know why I said it that way.
Warning. Fire hazard detected.
According to the schematics, there should be an emergency override
What?
on ahead.
AI were just like, no. Yeah, like I have so many bullets left for this. It's not even funny. And I've only really been using the DMR, which by standard I have a lot of bullets for this as well too.
Increased viral contagion detected.
Yeah, so you do have filter levels, and there are areas that your filter only lasts that little bar up there, and it goes away over time.
Warning.
And then if it goes away entirely,
I found another manual override for the fire suppression system. Sending Isaac
if
to
your bar goes
location
down
now.
entirely, that's when it starts to actually deal damage because you're being infected with contagion. It's one of those things I never experienced in this game. They never really made it a prominent issue because they give you everything you need to avoid it pretty early on.
Hostiles detected nearby.
Yep. So I think the exclamation point means he's engaged, even though I have not yet been engaged. Now I have. Missed. It's one of those things where you do quite a bit of this similar level stuff where it's like, oh, now defend this area. Now do this. And every single mission ends with a boss fight. That was a lucky shot. Come on, just blow up already. There it goes. So, you end up in similar situations. I actually don't know if the cleaners have snipers, but I know the rioters do. And I'm also pretty sure the militia guys do, whose name I cannot recall right now. I haven't fought them yet here. Last Man Battalion or something like that. Something weird. Is he down? No. Okay. You do go down like most normal games in this kind of thing. They're both going to blow up. You'd think that would set off a chain reaction, but that'd be too easy. Alright, I don't know why I threw that up. Charge the enemy. I am just gonna rush, actually. Yeah, so the damage registry is a little bit weird here right now regarding my damage output. It's probably just because online play, but... So yeah, they can damage my shield pretty heavily, but it also takes a lot of bullets. Oh, so there's the first heavy armored enemy. Excuse my inability to talk and actually play this game tonight. It's usually not that bad. So the yellow health enemies usually have an armor bar, which is that upper bar you see, as well as a health bar, which is this yellow bar.
Alert. Friendly division agent is down.
So yeah, there's the thing I do to revive. I don't know if it gives him full health or not. I'm gonna just, you know, pull this out and charge. Oh, he's purple. So yeah, they go up in tier as you go. And it's harder to stun the guys who have armor on, but their fire does tear through it.
But I need those builds intact. And room
Ow.
temperature, no crispy edges.
Roll.
Crispy means heat, means off
So
the
you can...
progress.
And try not to get yourself killed in the process. Crispy agents aren't much use to us either.
The double tap A is a standardized roll in this game as well.
Warning. Viral
It's like, oh, grenade's coming.
Warning. Readings indicate this area is contaminated.
Bullets in the corner? Oh no. Medical items? Yeah.
Keep your eyes peeled, Agent. We just got a report from JTF observers outside the building. More cleaners arrived while you were busy upstairs.
Give them a wide berth. I know I've said this before, but I need those builds in mint condition, so to speak.
we're about to have a
Leaving
boss
the
fight.
contaminated area.
So this is something cool that they did. I like the repelling thing in this. It's actually an interesting gear type thing. So yes, this is it. They do the no respawn zone. That's how you know it's time to go. Like, it's game time. Hit the area. There are the cleaners. We're gonna just. Oh, you had to open fire, didn't you? I don't know what gun that is, but it's a hell of a gun. So there's our first big baddie. So you can actually hit his tanks. And they'll blow up on him and deal massive damage. So that's what I'm going to focus on. Yeah. Sorry, dude, but we got to split up. And I don't want to stand close to you when he comes for you. I think if we actually split him too, he's got some on his back that we can try to hit. Is he focusing on me? Yep, I'm the higher threat right now. Alright, we got him. Nice. Oh, it's too late. Just get to cover, bud. I like that I can use the shield while I revive. That's satisfying. Like I said, there's a lot of things that have changed. Ooh, that's an achievement. Since I last played this game. I think he just healed himself, and he's down again.
Warning. An agent on the team requires aid immediately.
Get up, bud. Before he throws another grenade. He's throwing a grenade. You might want to run. So even with the increased threat, they really don't want to focus on me. It's probably because I have the suppressor on my pistol here. Okay, we got him. Take those. Ooh, it's a better pistol than I have. So I gotta secure the area still. There's probably still somebody over here somewhere. Is he upstairs? Must be. Yep. Can't ping, which I wish you could do since it's... Woo! Just hearing my pistol just, like, whip. I can't fire. There we go. Oh, you're gonna rush me? Okay.
I'm impressed, Agent.
Just take it with the
Locating
shield.
undamaged bills with original
Level
strain
9.
virus in that place was like looking for needles in a haystack. But damned if you didn't pull it off. I can't wait to get my hands on them. Oh, and Agent, I'm buying the next round. Assuming there ever is one.
Alright, so yep, then you just exit, and I'm pretty sure it sends you on your own way. It might actually keep us together, though. I don't know. Looks like it actually does keep us together. It's interesting. Well, I don't want to bog him down with what I planned on doing after doing the mission, so we're gonna separate here. There should be a way in here to do it. Maybe it's in here.
Thank you,
Group
Agent.
management.
That strain sample you secured told us a lot. I've prepared a
Leave
report
group.
for...
Oh, it's gonna kick me out to another lobby. Alright, that's fine. So that is gonna sum up most of the gameplay. You get to see some skills and stuff like that in play. Next up, we're gonna hit home base, the post office. So early on in the game, it's actually like one of the first main missions you get sent out to do is secure your base of operations, which I am right across the street from. Yes. So it's right here. You enter through this little contaminated zone, or decontamination zone. Breaks down like what you have and how many upgrades you have. Every wing has 10 upgrades. I'm gonna just pull this up real quick and put it away. And then how many supplies you have for each wing. And based on the supplies you have is the stuff that you can get in that wing. So we're gonna head in here. Yes, you have to walk this slow in this. I wish you could walk faster, but you can't. Now you can go. They let you sprint in the base, but not through that one little area. So this is your restock. You can restock everything from here, like frag grenades, bullets, all the way up down to your non-special grenades you can't get. So this is the gear interface here for what they look like. and how you unlock your stuff. So you unlock skills and other perks and things like that based on what you purchase with your supplies that you earn from doing your missions and your little side ops. I have guard posts for some reason. Not quite sure why. Oh, and there as well. And you have certain things like the procurement team, which they just upgrade, like collect items from the scavenger box in the security wing every 12 hours. Just like simple things where it's like, oh, I can go in and get other materials, which are the materials you use here at the crafting station. Where like I can go in and I can craft military L86 LSW, SCAR L. Actually, can I craft one of these just to show? I do have everything I need to craft it. It's better than my military P416, hopefully. Let's just double check, make a look. So I'm going to break down into the inventory section here. So this is your inventory. So yes, obviously it's better than this. So I'm going to take my mods off of this here, strip it. And move up to the SCAR L. Now these don't carry the same type of weapon ammo, thank God. But so this is the mod interface here. So you can put on all your things and each one has its own type. And then I have just a bunch of weapon skins from playing and getting the good editions of the game. Because I got it for super cheap, I think, on sale. It was actually on sale shortly, not long ago. So you get your attachments as you go, and this means it's like linked to your account and stuff like that. So I don't think I get anything if I were to dismantle this. Oh, I did get a weapon part, look at that. So yeah, you can dismantle stuff, and actually you can mark as junk as well. So if I mark everything as junk here that I'm not using, I can dismantle all of it at once. But from the scavenger station, you'd collect things like the stuff you use here to craft your weapons and your equipment and your mods, all while also getting sometimes consumables from them, things like that. And then you have material conversion as well. So once you get to your, once you have the base material, you can convert that into 10 of them into one of the specialized, and then from specialized you can convert into high end so that you can continue to move up your gear in tiers. So let's see if there's anything else that's worth it for me to take. I don't know. Oh, I don't have enough resources. Ah, there it is. So I need one more weapon parts, and I have enough tools. See, this says it's gonna go up, but don't actually think it would. But yeah, this is the crafting interface. There's a whole lot of it that you can kind of get out to and test and utilize here. Your backpacks do have capacity sizes, so that's how much gear you can carry. But that is not relative to your Dark Zone capacity. Your Dark Zone capacity is its own little thing that you extract. You can only carry like 3 to 5 pieces of equipment or something like that, I think. But that was also a long time ago. It's been... game launched in 2016 and we're halfway through 2018. So it's been quite some time.
This is an emergency services notification.
I'm gonna come out of there and go back to the inventory real quick because I have a better pistol. Strip. Equip. Dismantle. Yes. This game has come an exceptionally long way from... Oh, that's right, because you can share things, like you can give them to people and stuff like that.
This is an emergency services notification.
Oh, that's not great. And then, yeah, I got this with the edition of the game that I got. I don't know why it's so strong, because every other one is only like 20 or 30 that you get when you get the special edition here. And then you can see you got your firearms, your stamina, and your electronics. Your electronics upgrades your skill power, which is how powerful and potent your healing is, your cover increase, how strong your shield is, like the shield that I have, or if you use the sticky grenades or the homing bombs that roll across the ground or whatever, how much damage those deal. Obviously your stamina is your health, it's how much damage you can take and receive. And then I think that might actually also relate to your threat level. And then your firearms is how much damage you do with guns. So you can kind of choose whether you want to play the tech guy, because that also affects your cooldowns with your skill power, or if you want to play the gun guy. And there are a lot of kits that let you specialize late game, but obviously early game you don't really have that opportunity. And I also like that it tells you how much you have inside each one. It does tell you, so you can see, like, this will up my toughness, but it'll reduce my skill power.
Due to the increased risk of infection, the lending library will be shutting down, effective immediately. Civilians are encouraged to retain any...
So then they have these loadouts where you can go in and customize everything that you have here, and I can, like, oh, excuse me, save this as loadout alpha, that kind of thing. And then if I were to go in and equip here, I can save my loadout to that, or this or that, or like all the way down. So obviously you wouldn't have them all be the same loadout. You change them so that you have, like, oh, this is my firearms power, this is my toughness, this is my skill power one. It really means that you can kind of be what you need to be when you need to be it for whatever team, so you can play that fill role. This kind of just breaks down your attributes, your level, your Dark Zone rank. Underground and PvP I have not done yet, ever, so I might do that if I continue to play this game, which I might, honestly, knowing that the Division 2 is on the table. All in all, the game in and of itself was not terrible. It just didn't have the end game content that everyone wanted. So these are the various sets of gear here that you can get, which these are all cosmetic. None of these are really full-blown, like, oh, you need this or that kind of thing. All just depends on what you want your guy to look like, all that kind of stuff. The character models in this they left a lot to be desired, if I'm completely honest, because you expected a lot more to come from a game that was going to be an open-world RPG, but you get, like, they did the Destiny. They did, like, 4 face models, that kind of thing. I apparently have a new jacket that I didn't hit. Yeah, so this is everything instead of just the outfits. And the collections are all this kind of stuff. From the encrypted cache we're getting collections, which I'll go see that stuff in a minute here. And then you have your dossier, which is like all your stuff. I don't have the survival DLC installed, but you can. Survival DLC basically turns it into a roleplay survival sim where you're stuck with no gear in a winter wasteland blizzard, and you have to find your stuff to stay alive. Not find your stuff, but find stuff to stay alive and keep going and get heat and find guns and kill hunters. So next we're going to jump into the abilities, your skills, talents, and perks. This was how they elected to break everything down. You have your medical skills, your tech skills, your security skills. You unlock them by obviously getting things in the various trees that they're related to. First one is the pulse, which is just like a ping out that highlights enemies for people to shoot. It sees them through walls and cover. Sticky bomb, you can tap to shoot and then tap to detonate, or you can hold to aim and then shoot and then tap to detonate. The shield you've seen me use. It's just a fling out. It has a bonus health bar that you can take damage. You can still get flanked. You can only use a pistol while you have it out. Then we have the first aid, which is what you saw me and him shooting at each other in the mission there. Is you just shoot a little thing out, or you can immediately just use it like a little pulse thing that heals you and anyone that's like maybe directly next to you. And then you have your turret, which if you tap it, I think you drop it, and then you can actually throw it, and it'll deploy. And sometimes I think it'll even stick to surfaces. Maybe all the time it'll stick. This was his other thing, was smart cover. It basically reduces the damage taken from people reduces damage taken from people not behind that cover against people behind that cover, and it reduces damage dealt by the people behind that cover, players only kind of thing. Mobile cover is one little piece of cover in the middle of nowhere that you can put up, and it'll like cover you until it's destroyed. It's only just single person use, nothing special, nothing crazy. Seeker mines are little rolly bombs that you drop on the ground, and it'll roll towards the closest enemy and explode on like proxy kind of thing. And you have the support station, which is like a box that you drop, and it heals every ally in a radius, and allies that are down can also go up to it to revive themselves. So that's kind of cool. And then you have these mega skills, which are left and right bumper skills, because you only get left bumper, right bumper. So for left and right bumper skills, this one heals and cures user nearby allies, like all status effects negated, and it automatically triggers on lethal damage when you're not in a group. So if it's just you, it'll automatically activate because you don't have a reason to activate it to save an ally. And then this is the tactical link. Gives increased damage for everyone that's attached to it. Everyone can just basically hit harder. This is just damage resistance and speed. So you move faster, you take less damage. It's kind of simple. It grants an emergency health boost to group members when taking lethal damage. That one's pretty important. This one doesn't really have anything special. Like this one can activate automatically. This one provides the little health boost. This one just kind of does its own thing. Nothing really special about it. The next little tidbit to get into here is the mods that they have for these. So everyone has different modifications that you can get. So the recon packs of the pulse is bigger and can actually detect loot containers as well. This pulse protects the user and allies from hostile pulse scans, so that's more so like PvP kind of stuff. Or I think you do fight Wave 1 division agents in this game, because that was a part of it. Was Wave 1 went in and Wave 1 disappeared. So you do fight Wave 1 division agents, and I think they actually do have gadgets, so the pulse might count as one of those gadgets, because I believe pulse targets also take more damage. Oh, that's the one about taking more damage. So yeah, that's also one. And then you have the master one, which gives an early warning of nearby hostiles and identifies if the user has been scanned by a hostile pulse. So it's kind of just like an auto-active kind of thing. And each one of these has those. Like this one is bigger explosion and bleed damage. It's non-lethal but blinding. This one is an EMP. It disrupts things. What's this one's master? Less light and sound, making it harder for hostiles to detect. So they won't shoot it, because they will shoot it. This one pulses it pulses enemies that shoot at the shield. And this one grants the increased damage, knockback, and accuracy, as well as faster reload speed for your pistol. This is a small portion of incoming damage is healing. So as you get shot with the shield, it'll just heal you slightly. And the shield slowly repairs itself to full health. This one is super crazy for late game stuff, because you can just kind of find cover with your shield and repair your shield and then step back out and take massive amounts of damage over time. The healing works as applies instant healing followed by a heal over time. The device can revive down allies with a portion of their normal health. This one is an overcharge, so it gives you, I think, your little bottom right there, that gives you that first third of your health bar. This one increases damage and damage resistance as well as the normal healing. And this gives it, like, you shoot it and it takes longer for it to dissipate, so you could see the green flash, so allies can get into it faster, or have more time to get into it to actually get the healing effect off of it. I'm not going to really break down every single one deeply, but just quickly, like, this one pulses targets, like, it's a flamethrower now. That's what that one is. And this one is a shock dart. And this one is basically explosive detonation once it is like out of battery or destroyed. Then we have the cover bonus, which enemies are debuffed the same amount, so all allies are buffed. So basically that means all the things that you get here, it gives to you, and then it takes away from the enemies that are in the area of the cover. This one lets people recover health, as well as have fast cooldowns on their skills that they are utilizing. This pulses enemies that shoot allies that are behind the cover. This one extends the effects to last for a period of time after leaving the cover, because normally it only lasts for the duration of the time you are in cover. This one is more protection, extends to protect two people, which is nice, especially when you're playing with just one partner, because you never know when you both might get caught out in the open. Blast shield is like a blitz shield. If you've seen me play Siege before, it's like that. And this one user deals increased damage and becomes immune to pulses, so you can't be pulsed while behind this cover. And then all allies behind the shield receive temporary damage resistance when destroyed. So basically, if your cover goes down and you have nowhere else to run, you do have less damage taken. Seeker mines were one of my personal favorites when I played the Division a lot, because they were super fun just to throw on the ground and watch it roll away and blow somebody up. So, one is the mine launches into air upon impact and releases a small little burst of incendiary explosives to deal damage more over an area, but it's also flame damage. One's gas charge, which is that disorientation you saw on my screen. That's what it would give to people. And one is, the mine cluster, which this is what I used, is it would split out into a bunch of them, and then they would all go seek individual targets. Each one deals less damage, but it's to multiple people. Oops, didn't mean to slide over to the talents there. And then the master on this one was it bounces onto an overlow cover, so it'll actually jump up like half walls and hit enemies, which is really useful for boss fights. Support station drops a revival station that automatically revives any allies who are down, which is really nice. Remove status effects, makes allies immune to status effects, and then this one also regenerates ammo and skill cooldowns as well as health. So this is the one a lot of people choose. And this one, when the device is disabled, nearby allies automatically get like a burst of healing, similar to that of the healing charge. These don't have modifications. These are just base, like, super skills. Talents tree are a little weird. You get up to 4 talents based on your level. And it's just little, like, bonus quips. Like, the one I'm using right now is reach low health to reduce active skill cooldowns by 20%. Other one I normally use is killing a hostile with any skill for a 10% chance of auto refilling all ammos to capacity. Super useful for when you're playing solo. Headshot for a 10-second pulse. Kill a hostile with a sidearm to receive 30 rounds for your primary weapon. Super helpful in pinch situations. Headshot a hostile with 50% chance of not consuming the bullet. Also super great in pinch situations. So there's just a whole lot of these talents that are really cool, really interesting. But the early ones aren't that super great. I mean, they're effective, but they're not amazing. But you do unlock these as well, and then like I get my next one at level 15. And you move into perks. Perks are always active as soon as you get them, based on how much stuff you have for each one of the things. There are a ton of perks. So obviously there's 39. So like this one is my medkit inventory is higher. And you have things that are like, oh, your filter level goes up so you can access more like contaminated areas, or it increases the duration of certain things, or you can get more from certain areas. Reveal all contaminated areas on the map, so that way you know if you're getting into something. Dark zone inventory is how much stuff you can carry out of the dark zone with you when you escape. Credit gains by 10%. Stash, because you have, I think your stash already has like 120 slots, so I don't know that 10 slots is really much. Dark zone funds, because there are separate currencies and you can buy better equipment in the dark zone from vendors with dark zone funds. Stat switching at the recalibration station helps you kind of pick, it helps you specialize. Keep like bumping my mic ever so slightly. And then this one is grenade inventory. Obviously the base one's skill XP. And this one is headshot XP. Oh, accolade XP. And then this one is dark zone purchases. Yeah, you can purchase them in the base operation instead of having to go to the dark zone to purchase them. Closed vendor for cosmetics, because the only surefire way to really get cosmetics in this game is probably through their new stuff with the whole like crate things, but also civilians will request like a canned food or a bottle of water or a soda while you're wandering around, and if you give that to them, then they'll be like, hey, thanks, here's an item. Sometimes it'll be an actual item, sometimes it's cosmetic. I think it used to be strictly cosmetic, but that has since changed. But like gun parts and a security wing once per hour. So the perks are actually really useful. Increase incendiary bullets, gain them at the guard post once per hour, so I can go just pick up incendiary and explosive bullets at the guard post. That is your ability section. We kind of went through the inventory here as we moved through. The people love to talk a lot here, so we're actually going to hit a vendor real quick. We're going to talk to the weapons vendor. So, obviously he's selling some good things, but they are very expensive. That was one thing, is like everything was always very, very expensive in this game. Like even this light vest here is 950 credits. I only have 1,000. These gloves are 1,900. Which you can obviously sell things to quickly gain credits. Like that was worth 42 and it was just an attachment. It wasn't even a weapon. It's not terrible. It's just, it's a lot if you don't grind up that much. K9 units offline. There's the Mr. Benitez, the head of the GTF. Guard post should be somewhere around here. That's the excavation zone. Dark zone ops. I think my guard post is actually right in here. The situation room is like the first thing that you get. Incident reports. So this is also where you can find your collectibles and things like that.
We got cleaners patrolling the streets near some construction site.
Still a firing range over here? Oh, there's the guard post. Yep, so here's the guard post, and I can just refill special ammo here. It puts it on the ground if you can't carry any, but... This used to be a vendor. Oh, it's the armory. It'll be a vendor eventually when I get that, I think. And I think you actually have to unlock, yes, you also have to unlock the shooting range, but that is an option as well. This is the medical wing. I'm gonna maybe upgrade something here to show what that's like. You can see it's a heavy business. Yeah, so I can unlock, let's see, I can't get the hazmat unit for some reason. Oh, I need the wing, the virus wing, virus lab. That is the most expensive one that I can procure, so I'm going to get that one. This is unlocked the support station, as well as it increases my filter level by 1.
The upgrades look great. If we live through this, I want you working in my lab.
So that's just how that works, and then it just kind of automatically pops up like, oh, I'm done now. And you just have it.
Rhodes is gonna do wizard stuff with it.
So now I have whatever I just bought. Oh, it's this right here.
Yes!
Yep.
I got my virus lab. Finally enough equipment and staff to do proper analysis. Thank you, Agent.
Gotta face, avoid touching it. So now you can kind of get the virus reports on how their findings on it and everything like that. We're gonna explore the tech wing here. So you got your control room. I think that guy with the beard there is the important guy whose name I can't remember. He's like private military, and now he does this kind of thing. Satellite communications. And then this is the central heating and the generators here. So this does get cleared out when you get those upgrades, and it makes it much more aesthetically pleasing. And then it also provides bonuses. So yeah, it really leaves this place a cluttered mess. Oh, that's the important guy, whose name I can't remember right now. And you got your missing agents, because you can go and find like reports on what happened to the Wave 1 agents. They really have a lot of lore here for you to explore, but they don't make you want to explore it. They really don't. Any lore exploring you do is pretty much on your own terms. Like I was collecting collectibles just because that's what I do when I played this on the PlayStation. Right now we're moving into the new area. This was not in the base game. So this is the underground open area here where your DLCs take place and other things. So like the underground. Obviously you need to be level 30 before you can do any of this stuff. You have to hit max level, tier 1, all that special stuff. But these little lines will take you to whatever DLC you're trying to get to. This is the optimization station. This is where you basically make your stuff perfect for what kind of style you're going for here. Recalibration station. Crafting stations down here as well, so that you don't have to run all the way back up and in. And this guy sells special equipment, which you actually can't see until such a time as you hit a high enough level. Yeah, this is the new area. And then you have your daily and weekly high value targets. So you talk to them and they give you important people to go in and kill. I don't know what's over here. I haven't gone this way yet. Bathroom. Lockers. Interact. Can I customize my character? Oh. Nice. So they added this. I didn't know this was here. So you can go in and customize your character. Cool. Good to know. I hope that didn't cost me any credits. I didn't change anything, so I hope not. 40% on the medical wing. Looking good. So this was actually worked out. 55 minutes. I'm going to try to keep these a look back at between my 1 hour, 2 hour time frame. But I do want to keep them close to a bit more of an hour because nobody wants to hear me talk about an old game for 2 hours. So if I can manage to encapsulate everything that I want to about the game in an hour's time frame, I will absolutely do my best to. If you have anything you are interested in particular in seeing on a look back at, go ahead and tweet me at crazyman072498 on Twitter. And then I will take a look at those and see if there's something in particular that I should play that I have. If I don't have it, I will let you know, unless I have a way that I can easily procure it so that I can do it. If not, this will be up probably not long after this. I'm going to put it up on YouTube pretty much right after and highlight it since I have Twitch open and everything already. But next week, I don't quite know what I want to go for yet. I am very excited right now. We are almost into July, and Shadow of the Tomb Raider comes out in September. That was one of the huge things that was hit on at E3, I guess. I did not get to see much of E3 conferences, but I heard Sony wasn't great. Microsoft was good. But for me, Ubisoft won E3. Between The Division 2, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, it's looking like it's going to be a great year for games. I'm looking forward to The Division 2. Obviously, I registered for the beta already. I already have Shadow of the Tomb Raider pre-ordered. The biggest thing coming out of E3, just want to throw this out there, that I'm looking forward to is Anthem. I love BioWare. I've always loved BioWare as a studio. I played the entirety of Mass Effect Andromeda all the way through to near 100% completion, as well as played the multiplayer, and I sometimes still do, because it was not a great game, but it was a game that I actually enjoyed. Something that I like to play and that I would go back and play again, even for all of its falsehoods and shortcomings. Anthem got delayed once already. I want to see Anthem delayed again before it comes out. That's how much I want this game to be a good game, is I would be okay if it got delayed another 6 months. But right now, up and coming on the game's radar is a big time frame, because we have Shadow of the Tomb Raider is coming out, Battlefield 5 is coming out, Assassin's Creed Odyssey is coming out, Red Dead Redemption 2 is coming out, and the last 3 of those games are all in October or November, and Shadow of the Tomb Raider September. So it's going to be a huge up and coming segment for video games. And then we obviously have a large list of games slated coming out next year between February and April. It's going to be great, and I'm looking forward to being able to play a lot of them and see what comes of a lot of what we're moving towards here. So if anything major happens on E3, expect some game news. We're obviously looking forward to seeing a Nintendo conference tomorrow at E3. That'll be interesting. We got a trailer for an update to Sea of Thieves from the Microsoft conference, which is looking good. But this has been Crazy Man here with a look back at Episode 2 with The Division.
Okay?
Like I said, if you have a game you want to see me play, tweet it to me. I'll put out there if I think of a game that I want to play. If I don't hear from anybody, I'll put it out and let you guys know what to expect. I might actually try to record this one if I think about it and I have time to do it. But until next time, it's been great.